Mana Onsgaard's home looks a bit like an antique store. He can't sell everything he salvages from the rivers straight away. It's best to collect as much as possible before looking for a buyer. In recent weeks, he's collected amulets, coins and glass beads. Mana comes home with the haul pretty much every single day, but it doesn't always include anything of real value.
If I find something underwater that I think could be gold, I bite on it. Most metals have a bitter taste, but gold doesn't taste of anything. It's heavy and smooth. A gold breastplate is the most valuable thing I ever found. It was 7 years ago, after the 2011 floods. I got 1,300 euros for it. I sold this ring for 800 euros. That was a while ago.
The buyers are antique dealers. Mana doesn't want to name them. He knows the whole trade in sunken treasure is a legal grey area.
Of course, all these things belonged to someone before they ended up in the water. But as long as they aren't national relics, you can keep them. I have had some encounters with the authorities, but one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Mana lives in a house on stilts, directly on the river. The settlement is called Mittakam and was built around 100 years ago. Mana's grandfather was one of the first inhabitants. Today, the floating village of Mittakam is home to about 120 people. Most of the men are treasure divers, like Mana. Mana's 11-year-old daughter goes to school, and his wife Yui works as a chambermaid in a hotel. She used to go out with him when he went diving, but only as a lookout. Traditionally, women don't dive themselves.
It's not women's work, unless you're especially brave. The thought of being underwater scares me. You don't know what's down there. Shards of glass, nails. My husband is an experienced diver, but I still worry every time he goes diving.
Mana learned to dive from his father. It's the only skill he has. His homemade diving helmet is the most important piece of equipment. It weighs over 20 kilos. While Prayad lays anchor, Mana gets ready for his first dive. That involves the traditional Y cruise ceremony. Mana pays his respects to his ancestors and asks them to protect him. His partner puts the heavy helmet on his head. And then he's off. The weight of it pushes him straight under. There's zero visibility underwater. Mana finally comes back up. He shows us a handful of coins that he's found. Mana's also brought up some sludge from the riverbed, which they'll sift through in search of other valuables. Today's findings include a piece of fishing sinker and a few more coins from the 19th century.
I'm happy enough. Coins like these aren't all that special. I find quite a few of them. You can get 100 or 200 baht for them. Obviously, gold is much more valuable. But gold isn't something you find every day.
Mana and Prayat spent about 6 hours on the water today, taking it in turns to go diving. By the end of the day, they've recovered some 24 old coins. They'll make about 25 euros, over 3 times more than what they would have earned in a minimum wage job. Mana hopes he'll be able to continue making a living as a treasure diver. The river is a gift that keeps on giving.